Good afternoon. This is Dominic with TheBackVlog. It's not morning or evening, it's afternoon right now. A little bit ago, I finished the anime Ghost Stories, a classic, I want to say 2001 anime. And you know, I love the camp of it. It's basically, I like to call it like J-horror for kids. It's got like, it does have like the camp and creep factor of like J-horror, but also like because it's like for a smaller generation, it is a little bit cheesier in that regard. There was I love the ongoing bits where, you know, they have like in the beginning of the episodes, like there's always like a cutaway scream. Like I said, the show has the creep factor. Like the way that it draws like the monsters and the ghosts in here can occasionally like really get like super grotesque and actually like genuinely scary. The characters are very expressive. It's just like the way that their faces are drawn to show those emotions, like the way that some of those faces kind of like contort or are over exaggerated, is honestly really, really creative. It's a vibes anime. I'll also say that, along with like the whole genre of early 2000s J-horror. You know, this is kind of like similar to that as well. It reminds me a lot of the stuff that I used to see on like 4Kids back in the day, with like the Sonic cartoon and the One Piece with the One Piece rap. It just kind of like gave me that vibe. It reminds me of that time. The PlayStation product placement is very funny, and the Dark Cloud product placement is also very funny. There are parts like that are like genuinely like really heartful and emotional. The way that it tackles grief and how some of the characters kind of like deal with it, is really intriguing to be a theme in a kids show. With all that being said, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I didn't watch the dub of Ghost Stories also. I'm still in the middle of it right now. And that's why it's so hard to talk about the sub, because like I love the sub and I love the dub, and they're two completely different reasons. Like the sub is like I think it's like a genuinely like cute and good anime for kids. And like, you know, like there's like, it's got like its horror elements. There's actually like some blood in it, if you can believe that. And you know, the plots are very cliche or really convoluted or loaded. But you know, it's like a fun romp. It's like a really good show. And then you watch the dub, and like the dub is like an abridged series that you used to see on YouTube. They might still be around, but like, you know, back in the day they had like the Avatar: The Last Airbender abridged series, or the Dragon Ball Z like Team 4-Star abridged series. And that's what this thing feels like. And the fact that like, you know, I stopped to consider that a production company commissioned this dub and people were paid to record this, and it's wild. Like you have these kids like saying the most horrific shit to each other. I don't think any anime child should have any business knowing who George Bush is. There's an ongoing bit. I was laughing earlier when I was talking about the ongoing bit with the cutaway screams. But there's also an ongoing bit in the dub specifically, and they keep referring to Dark Cloud as Grand Theft Auto 3. The dub is just wild to me, and you know, I've always heard stories about this thing, and I've always been intrigued by it. I thought it was just like a really bad dub, but it's not the fact that it's bad, it's the fact that it's batshit insane. This dub with like racism and political commentary, but like specifically American political commentary. Just complete bastardization of not only the pronunciations of the characters' names, but the characterization of the characters themselves is wild to me. I don't have any notes written for the dub at all. I'm in the middle of the dub right now. All of this is just like off the top of my head, but like there's so much to say about it, and there's so much going on here. So like I was saying, like I heard about this legendary dub, and at Otakon I guess this past year, there was a panel talking about the story behind the infamous Ghost Stories dub, which I didn't see, and I really hope that panel is there next year. I hope those panelists do that again, because I don't want to know the history behind this dub until I learn about it at this panel specifically, because there is a lot going on here, and there's definitely a story to be told here behind the scenes as to how this thing came about. I'm rubbing her belly. She likes her belly rubs. As to how this thing came about, who paid for this, and why it came out the way it did. So yeah, I watched the entirety of the sub, and I'm about halfway through the dub. So yes, I did watch this. I'm going to end up having watched this anime twice. Bless you. And it won't be the last. This is a show that I will definitely pick up on Blu-ray one of these days. Because it is a trip. It's wild. Yeah. If you're gonna watch Ghost Stories, like, okay, so, because I do recommend the sub also, but like, it is very cliche and played out. And if you're not like forgiving of that, I wouldn't suggest the sub. But if you just like watching anime, and like, you know, you just like it, then I would say like, yeah, it's a good thing to watch. But if you're getting together with like a group of friends and you guys are partying, and you want to throw something on to be bewildered by, you need to watch the dub of Ghost Stories. I do recommend both, but for very different contexts. But yeah, Ghost Stories is wild. It's really good. The sub is really good, and the dub is wild. That's all I have to say about that.